Hello friends, very warm welcome to today's session where we would be discussing about AWS regions. So in our last session, we discussed about availability zone, and taking that discussion forward, today we would be talking about what is a AWS region. So let's quickly get started. So AWS region is a geographical area, and each region consists of two or more AZs, availability zones. So we understood that there are different physical data centers in one AZ, and now many group of such AZ together forms a region. Many AWS services are non-specific, region-specific, while few are not. For example, IAM is not a region-specific service, whereas services like you can say EC2 and Lambda, those are region-specific. What I mean by those is when you create EC2 instance in any region, then you will be able to see that instance only in that region. So you will have to, in the UI console, you will have to go into that specific region to see details of that EC2 instance. But in case of IAM, which is identity and access management, so where you create users and groups. So users and groups are global, like the same user would be logging to any of the resources, any of the services across the regions, right? So this is IAM is a kind of global service. AWS has got 21 regions, I should say 21 plus. Now, right now we can see 21 and 80 plus AZs across those regions. So you can see in the graphical pictorial representation that many AZs, we have AZA, AZB, AZC. So more than two AZs, ideally in any region, there should be minimum two AZs and more than two or more than two, because that is what will give more reliable structure. So we have AZA, AZB, AZC. Now one region consists of more than one AZ. Oh, sorry, more than two, I should say. So you can imagine how reliable that structure is, because now every region has more than two AZs and every AZ has more than two or three data centers. So you can imagine how reliable, how secure you can say this structure is. If on a traditional architecture, if I as a company plan to have such kind of, you can say, reliability, it would cost me a lot. But considering that we have now data centers on cloud, or you can say virtual data centers, I can have that disaster recovery and all those fault tolerant infrastructure easily available at a reasonable cost, where I would be paying by an hour, that is on demand. Or there are also reserved instances where you can pay the billing for 1 year or 3 year contract, and where you will be charged less. So you can see that you can build many scalable and fault tolerant structure at a reasonable cost, rather than what we used to incur in a traditional IT terms. So that's what the region is a concept where AWS is trying to bring maximum reliability with the infrastructure. And just to give you understanding of it on a UI, you would see region in this form. So whenever you log into in your AWS account, you would see various regions like North Virginia, Ohio. It's also has got different name like US East 1, East 2, US West 2. So these are different regions that you would see in the UI. And we have right now, I could see 21 such regions. We also have Mumbai region in India, and there are I think 5 to 6 different region in Asia Pacific. You can see here, like we have Hong Kong, we have Mumbai. So like these are the different regions that you would see. And like I said, there are many services. Most of the services are region specific. So whenever you create your infrastructure, you have to be very specific. Like if I have a web server which is to be accessed by people in India, then I would prefer my web servers to be closer to the user location. So I would prefer to the server to be in Mumbai region or in Asia region. If I have global audience, then I will spread my web servers across the globe, like across the regions. I would say, like I would have some servers in Mumbai or in Asia Pacific, some servers in US, UK, and so on, if I have global audience. So that's how you can spread your infrastructure. You can spread your you can say services and make those scalable. This is a power of cloud that it brings with us. So that's all we had in this session today. Hope you liked the discussion, and hope now the concept of region is very clear. In the next discussion, we will be talking about more about edge locations, and we will try to understand how it is different than the region. So I hope you like the discussion. I'll see you in the next a session with some more interesting topics. See you. Goodbye.